Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. My name is Carl, registered migration agent here. Today I would like to share with you a bit more information in regards to the public interest criteria, what they call PIC. Now, what does that mean? There's a lot of visa conditions embedded into your Australian visas. Now, a lot of people, they don't pay too much attention to it and sometimes get their visa cancelled or rejected. Now, today I would like to take this opportunity to take you through the laws and regulations and clauses where they call PIC 4013 and 4014. Now, let me take you straight into the visa system right now. Okay, now this is the immigration website where a lot of immigration agents and lawyers could actually access into. It's actually mandatory for migration agents in Australia to have this as what they call the library for the visa usage, so we can search all type of different laws and also precedents and policies. Now today I'll take you through into the actual policies where they actually set about the public interest criteria 4013 and 4014, that traditionally what they call the 3-year ban. And once you get it, how do we get rid of it and what's the criteria to actually get rid of it? Let's get into it. Now, it's actually under the latest migration regulations. So let's have a look. And it's in Schedule 4, I'm sorry. So it's actually what they call public interest criteria here. Let's go in there. Now, let's jump into the detail. And we are focusing today on 4013 and 4014. Let's go in there. It's down here somewhere. Here we go. Okay, now the actual law details. I won't take too much of time to actually explain it, but as you can see, it basically says once you have this, you have a 3-year ban after the cancellation of your visas, and so is the 4014. So 3 year after departure. So basically, is once you had your visas cancel or being unlawful by means you overstay, or cancel meaning for instance you had a visitor visa and you've been caught working without a working permit, or you had a work visa sponsored under an employer and you had been called that you had worked somewhere else. So visa does have a lot of criteria and conditions. So anything that breaches such conditions, you will be liable to actually be cancelled or being deported, meaning like depart, and your ID, your passport ID, will then have this PIC 4013 and 4014 embedded into it. So how do we get out of this? There's a way that we can get out of it, but there's sometimes very hard to get out of it as well. So this is the actual policies, procedures that immigration office actually going through. So what we are looking for today, obviously you won't have time, the viewer won't have time to actually go beyond whole of this, is possibly hundreds of pages, but I'll take you through the discretions where the immigration officer assessing your new application, how you could get your PIC 4013 and 4014 waived. Okay, so basically it says it's under the section 65 where the delegate do have the discretion to grant and during the exclusion period. So exclusion period is what we had talked to you about, the 3-year ban. So let's have a look. Now, let's go into the grounds for exercising discretion. So basically, they have two major grounds, where the first one is compelling circumstances affecting interests of Australians or Australian citizens or Australian permanent residents. Okay, and the second one is the compassionate circumstance affecting the interests of Australian citizens and Australian permanent residents. Okay, so if your new visa is lodged, for instance, under a partner visa arrangements where your partner is a Australian citizen, then this will kick in and they will waive PIC 4013 and 4014, meaning that your lodgement could be successful. You will not be banned, so you'll be waived. Okay. Now, apart from that, it will be quite difficult in where we could, under the compelling circumstances, that we will need to demonstrate other issues. Now, one is that you could demonstrate you have a trade business opportunity that's adversely. It will be adversely affected if they don't give you the visa, meaning that you are, the next Steve Jobs or the next someone that could actually affect the whole trades. Okay, then they would definitely require to actually get you this visa and waive this criteria there. Now, the other way is that the cost of the cancellation and the breach of your visa was unintended, by means could be a health issue. For instance, say your visa is due to expire in 2 days, but then you were involved into an accident where you could not travel and leave the country, and thus you have health issues. Obviously, you need to provide a supporting evidence to do that. Then we could have that waived. Or unavoidable delay of airlines. Sometimes you do have that. For instance, hailstorms, heavy fog, and your airline could not take off on time, and thus you had actually being unlawful for a couple of hours or days. Okay. Delay associated with travel documents. That's very rare, because nowadays all the passports are generally can be issued quite quickly, but not unlike the in the old days. Now, this part is very interesting. I would like to take more attention into this. It's the former student visa holders. So if you were a formal Australian international student visa holders, and they, during your studies or possibly heavy involvement into your studies, you forget about your visas and you became unlawful. Now, as long as you can provide evidence that showing that you were a genuine student, so meaning you provide academic records and enrollments, and also reference letters or statements issued by the deans or teachers or trainers or professors, we could actually help you to actually waive out this PIC 4013 and 4014, provided your last visa, Australian visa, was a student visa. Okay, now all the other things down here, it all talks about affecting Australian citizen or Australian permanent resident, but that's, as you can see, that's more of a family related. So your partners or your child and all that are actually Australian citizen or Australian PRs, then obviously that's affect to the interests of your family members, and obviously they will waive it. Okay, so basically today I take a very short period of time to actually allow a lot of the viewers and friends from YouTube and Facebook to actually understand what PIC 4013 and 4144, and also it's a precaution that while you are a traveler, visitor, students, employee in Australia holding a visa, you got to be very, very careful and understand what condition that you actually have on your visa, because a lot of times people don't pay too much attention, and when things happen like this, it's very stressful to go through, and once you leave the country, it's very hard to come back. You can gotta imagine if 3-year ban actually happened to you. 3 years is a long time, and you want to get waiver out of this, it's actually very high. You have to provide all these reasons that we have previously just stated and took you through into the policies and procedures. Okay, now that's today's video. If you do have any comments or questions, you're more than welcome to leave it to me, email me, contact me by any way. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.